this channel, please make sure you click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more interesting videos. On our previous lesson, we talked about cells, and to get more understanding, kindly watch the video. Movement of substances in and out of cells occurs in several processes. Examples of these are diffusion, osmosis, active transport, endocytosis, and exocytosis. Diffusion. What then is diffusion? Diffusion is the movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. This occurs until there is an even distribution. This means that diffusion occurs when there is a movement of molecules or substance from a region or an area where the concentration is very high to a region or an area where the concentration is very low. Diffusion occurs only when there is a concentration gradient. This means that when there is no difference between the two regions in concentration, diffusion cannot occur. What then is concentration gradient? It is the difference between two regions. So the differences in the concentration between two regions, which makes them higher or lower, is the concentration gradient. Factors that affect diffusion. 1. Concentration gradient. So from this picture, you can see the man spraying. The region where he is spraying has a higher concentration. So if you are very close to him, you can smell it very high. But someone at the door or someone at a corner in the room will not smell it earlier, but will smell it later on. Why? Because the concentration of the spray then diffuses from where it has been sprayed all over into the corner where the other person is. And so it has moved from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. You can talk of temperature, the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. So from this picture, we have a hot water and a cold water in a glass with a tea bag placed inside. So the tea bag in that of the hot water, the substances in dissolves faster and occupies the water as compared to that of the cold water. Why? Because the hot water dissolves the substances in the tea bag, and so therefore diffusion occurs faster as compared to that of the cold water. We also have the size and nature of molecules. So you can see for this picture, this is small solids of methylene blue placed in water. You can see the size are very small, and so therefore they were able to go down the water and then diffuse faster. But if the sizes are very large, it will take a longer period of time for the methylene blue to evenly dissolve in the water, and this also affects the diffusion process. Examples of diffusion. So we can have an example as the absorption of minerals in the soil by the root hairs of plants. So you can see for this diagram, the plants taking in some minerals such as calcium, potassium and magnesium. So all these minerals are concentrated in the soil, and they are less concentrated in the plant, and so therefore the plants need them for preparation of their food. So in this case, there need to be a movement of the minerals from a region of higher concentration into a region of lower concentration, which is the plant. And so therefore diffusion occurs from the soil into the plant so that the plant can get the minerals. You can also talk of oxygen diffusing out and carbon dioxide in through the stomata of the leaves of plants. So during photosynthesis, carbon dioxide concentration in the substomatal chamber of the leaf become used up, and so therefore carbon dioxide concentration is very low. And so for the plant to get carbon dioxide for the preparation of food, there need to be a diffusion from a region of higher concentration, which is in the atmosphere, to the region of lower concentration, which is the substomatal chamber. And so therefore oxygen diffuses from the atmosphere into the substomatal chamber for the preparation of the plant food or for photosynthesis to occur. In humans, you can also talk about the lungs. Oxygen diffuses into the blood and carbon dioxide out of the blood in the lungs of mammals. So when you breathe in, you take in oxygen. This oxygen then goes through the bronchioles and reaches the alveoli. This then diffuses into the nearest capillary into the bloodstream. The oxygen is then carried by the red blood cells into the deficient areas of the body, or where the body needs oxygen. And this is diffusion. In the same way, when the oxygens are being used up, carbon dioxide are then carried by the blood, and then when it reaches the alveoli, it then diffuses out into the alveoli and back into the bronchioles and to the lungs, which is then carried out through the nostrils.